Hello. I'm going to do a quick current energy check-in just with my one deck. I wanted to do a longer reading today, but I don't know. I'm cooking. I got things going on. I'm still adjusting to my dog's situation. If you didn't read or watch my other videos from the past 2 days, I had a dog emergency. And it's kind of a hard thing to adjust to because it's not going away. I'm gonna have to just figure it all out. The dog, I was out getting my nails done today and I was thinking about it, and the dog can just go eat the cat's food at any given time. So if he does that and I'm not here, then there can be a problem. So there's like a lot of little factors that are starting to crop up in my mind as I'm trying to think about how to manage this. But day one is going pretty well. I raced home and he had not eaten the cat's food, so that's good. But let's get current energy. This is a general collective energy reading. It's about the post-eclipse energies and sort of just piggybacking on the things that I've been talking about recently. I do have messages and things I want to talk about, but my energy's too low and I need more time for that. And I don't think it's timely. I think that this is what's needed today. So let's see what the current energy to embrace, and energy to release is, and then I'll do a clarifier for each. Here's the current energy. Goodness gracious. Current energy, we have the Sun, the Chariot and Strength, and the Emperor. So, I've been picking up on this. There's this massive restructuring going on. It has to do with like a healthy, healed understanding of masculinity. It's what we talked about in the reading where the Emperor was in the release position from last week. But I think this is like just a rapid, and I got snakes put on my nails because I'm going through major death and rebirth cycles. Gotta keep it on theme. Very like serious things starting to make more sense than they've ever made before about the ways in which, and it's not really our faults, right? It's timely. There's something within our, like, again, with like hiking, right? Getting to the summit, you change the view. There's always little outcroppings on a hike where you're able to kind of pop out and look out, but the higher you get, the view will change. You simply can't see the same things from every little stop along the way. But this stop, this eclipse, this little break on our way to a hypothetical summit is showing us a lot. It's really like this major energy around discipline, self-control, not forcing things, allowing, being like water, allowing for things to be as they are and moving around them as they change and correcting our approach. That's the painting I'm working on. It's not done. I just like to hang things up and look at them because they talk to me. So what's the energy to embrace? There's a card that's flipped up in here. I'm going to pull it because it was in the middle. It's the Magician. Energy to embrace. This is what I've been feeling for the past few days. It's definitely like a either or right now. You can take yourself lower or you can take yourself higher. Each and every day you can manifest a better outcome than what you previously would have accepted as the inevitable way that something's going to be, if that makes sense. Energy to embrace, Magician. Energy to release, I'm going to take it from the bottom, the Ace of Swords. So what I'm getting off of Ace of Swords in a release position, clarify it with this card. By the way, this is the only card that is not Major Arcana out of the 7 that I've pulled. So really like overarching themes changing right now. But if we're releasing Ace of Swords, I think that it's like the outward expression of things. Clarifying it is the well. It's asking us to kind of like do the deep reflection before we move forth with the integrated new like expression of self, because Ace of Swords is sort of like an outgoing energy. It's like a new move in a certain direction, an idea, an expression. but also having clarity and insights, right? And so it's almost like we do have the clarity and the insight, but allow them to percolate at the deepest level. Don't move too quickly or impulsively with the things that you're starting to feel and think about in the wake of the eclipse energies. I do feel like, what's the biggest obstacle I want to pull a card for? But I do feel like there's a lot of really positive forward momentum, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Again, this is a time of like slingshotting. So like a pull back in order to move forward even further than you would have been able to. Yeah, what's the biggest sticking point right now? The biggest obstacle? Or no, here we go. I'm going to cut the deck. And then I'm going to pull blind spot, biggest challenge, and advice. Blind spot is the Six of Swords. Biggest challenge is the Ace of Pentacles. Advice is the Queen of Wands. And I believe that was something of our advice last week. So I think that what we don't see, like the attachment thing is pretty major right now. Like if we don't understand how much is changing, then we are going to be in a place of potential self-sabotage for clinging to the wrong stuff. Really needing to be fluid and allowing things to move in the way that is going to create the most harmony with your relationship to events as they unfold. And there's something that we don't see about the fact that we're gonna end up in a place that we can't even imagine, we can't even conceive of it or how it's going to look, because we're on our way there. And we do have a co-creative role in being able to steer the boat, but this is what we're not acknowledging. And if the biggest sticking point or challenge is the Ace of Pentacles, I feel as if it's because whatever's changing, we're seeing it as something else. Like for me, this whole thing with my dog, that's something else. That's something other than the stuff that I'm working on, trying to change and work on in my life. But nothing is something else. Everything's related. It's a huge wake-up call around so many things for me, and it's a massive thing to accept and absorb and try to, without having time to process it, have to just keep going and figure it out. And it's like nothing is separate right now. The things that are keeping you from whatever material advancement you're wanting to see right now, they're part of getting you there, as long as we're taking the time to like deeply integrate the things that are changing. And I'm also getting something around like how do you look for these markers in your life? It's like what, because I'm imagining that I'm talking to somebody and somebody's not understanding what, this is not gonna be like for every viewer who watches this, but like if a person was listening to me wondering what these changes are, I mean, like, number one, maybe this is not for you. This is not a resonant reading for you. This isn't really something that's gonna help you right now if you're not really connected to the energies in the way that I've been talking about them. But I mean, we all are. And I think it has to do with, like, I get giraffe spirit from the Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. It's like, see things from a different perspective. Like sometimes when we get so into a certain way and we feel so certain about something, whether it's like it's just too much or who knows, like challenging times backed into a corner type thing, you have to see things from a different perspective. And so that also applies right now if a person is not like, if you're not relating to the messaging around like self-mastery and going somewhere new quickly and having ultimate happiness, like on every level in this new way, being able to create that for yourself, having an equal balance of like, sense of self, but just being, humble and allowing it to be the way that you show up in the world, not for your own ego gratification, but because you're an asset to the people around you and it's the truth of who you are, and allowing for enough healing to have taken place within you for that to be the way of it. like integrity stuff. Like that's how you'd behave whether or not anybody was watching. All of this, you know, having magician energy to embrace. There's so much potential right now for people to start moving and acting in a different way that aligns more with faith and their own creative manifestation abilities, and then really have things change and really have evidence of that, like taking shape for the rest of the year. Clarify this message. The Star. Yeah, I mean, you can't get away from it. I've got 2 minor arcanas now, but another major comes out. It's about wish fulfillment. It's about knowing, and I'm also kind of obsessed. I never do readings here. I'm sitting like in my kitchen space kind of, and the light's just really cool, right? Because like even when the card turns dark, that's when the light picks up the gold. There's always something illuminated. It's just a reminder right now to see things from all sides and continue to see your own relationship to the present moment as a very dictative force in the way that things are unfolding. Yeah. There's also, that was the King of Pentacles, stability and like firm foundation around material stability, Pentacles, yes, but cutting the deck to reveal the King of Pentacles during that point in the message is making me think that it's like, it's just a conviction. It's a conviction around your mental state and your mindfulness, and remembering that that is really the most important thing day to day, regardless of what's happening. Your ability to be able to see every situation as navigable and flexible, and within that, capable of being infused with a little bit more positivity. So here's my pendulum. It's quite beautiful. If somebody's not familiar with a pendulum, I'll do a demonstration. So it's still now, and I'm holding, it's kind of hard to demonstrate a pendulum. I always think about cynics too. I know that people understand and believe in this, but if people don't, they're like, oh, well, you were spinning it. Yeah, sure I was. Okay. Show me the sign for yes, please. That is clockwise. Show me the sign for no, please. And then it starts going counterclockwise. They're very cool. So it's going counterclockwise. Is my name Mariah? Stopped and started going clockwise again. Is my name Annabelle? Yeah, sometimes it takes a second to reverse, but it's very, very cool. And one last thing that's coming into my mind is that I had mentioned a couple videos ago that I got some information about something in South America or something, some type of event. And I asked, let's clear that up right now. Let's clear that up right now. It might move to a different part of the world, but there is something taking place. So, no, let's not clear that up on video at least. Because I am cooking and my stuff is ready, but I hope everybody's doing well. And that's the energy update.